We at the range, and you with Yoke. Come here, let's talk about this right quick. All right, so I posted a video reviewing the Smith & Wesson Shield X. Now, the Shield X is the latest that they've put out. It's slimmer, it has a little bit of a longer grip, and it has a great shoot. I really enjoyed this when I shot this. I'm really considering in making or adding this to my rotation ASAP, 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 and I like it. But I've had some people wanting to know, how does it compare to the Shield Plus? Now, feeling them both, I do have them both. Let's do a quick little clear check. Pistol is clear. This one right here is the Smith & Wesson Shield X. And let's do a quick clear check right here. And this one right here is the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. Now, both of them feel beautiful in the hand. The Shield Plus is currently in my rotation. Unfortunately, I bought this very, very early when they came out, and the optic ready option was not an option for me to get, so this one is not optic ready. But today, this optic ready is a option, and this one also does not have a thumb safety. Now, the Shield X does come optic ready. Well, this version is optic ready, and this version also has the thumb safety on it. So if the thumb safety is something that you're interested in, you're looking for, they are those options in both of these pistols. Now, how do these pistols compare to each other? I'm just going to give you the obvious at first. Then I'm going to get into the actual numbers of what this stuff is. All right, feeling the Shield X in the hand, it's obvious off rip that there is a longer grip. Not only is the grip longer, but it is thinner, much thinner than the Shield Plus. Obviously, it does have a longer slide with a longer barrel, also a wider trigger guard, and this one does come with your pick space underneath. The triggers on both are pretty much the same. We do have co-witnessing sights, and it's running this one is a Vortex CCW Defender on here, and it does have a raceway on here, so I am able to actually still use my sights if I lose my red dot, which is a great deal. This does have a blacked out rear sight with a fluorescent front sight. It's fluorescent enough to make me feel like it can possibly go in the dark, but I'm not sure if it is a night sight or not. Now, serrations in the slide. The serrations in the slide are not very aggressive, but they are aggressive enough for you to engage either from the front of the slide or the rear of the slide. Press checking feels pretty good. The slide is a little bit heavy. The pistol is new. So I'm probably going to need to kind of work it out, shoot it out. And as I do that, it's going to, it's kind of going to loosen up just a little bit. And, but for the most part, it's pretty engaging to where I can engage this slide with no problem. Now let's move into the Shield Plus. Now this is the Shield Plus. Looking at it at first sight, you can obviously see that there is a shorter slide with no serrations in the front of the slide. Very minimal serrations here, if you can see. As far as engaging the slide with that, it's very difficult for me. I am not able to, and I can barely press check this pistol because this also has a quite tight slide. But there is some serrations in the rear of the slide. You do have your white dot rear and front sights on here. To me, I don't have a preference between the two, but it just seems like these white sights, because they're so simple, they're easy to kind of, find and locate when you're actually presenting the pistol. Now, this pistol does not have any safeties on either side. Obviously, you can also see that the grip is quite short. I experienced some pinky hang off, but it's really not a big deal because the magazine that it does have, now let me see which magazine is which. The magazine will give you that extra extension on that pistol. Now, you're probably looking at that and saying, yo, there's a pretty decent size gap between the actual grip and the pinky extension. There is, but I don't experience any pinching when I am actually shooting this pistol. So it's really not It doesn't, I don't even notice it. It also comes with a flush magazine. The flush magazine does give me that pinky hang off, which I don't experience with the Shield X, but that's not a big deal for me. Now, looking at the grip of this pistol, you can see that it is much wider than, I'm going to give you a side-by-side of that too. You can see it's pretty wide, and we do have aggression on all sides of this grip. Your actual trigger guard is quite narrow. Look at that length. It's quite narrow, so it's very compressed, and we do not have any optic rail, or not optic rail, Picatinny rail underneath for you to ride a light if you would like, and you would pretty much be kind of bounded to adding something that actually goes around the trigger guard. I'm not a fan of that, so that's why this is in this state like it is, with no additions to it. Now let's do a quick side-by-side, and let me give you some numbers as to what it is we got going on here. All right, so the length of the Shield Plus, now this is coming from a website online. The length of the Shield Plus versus the Shield X is a 6.1. Oh, and look, the Shield X, which is this one in the front, they do have a quite exaggerated beaver tail for that nice seating in your hand. As you can see, the Shield Plus is quite short. I have not experienced any slide bite with it, so I don't think slide bite is going to be a problem. Very quickly, the length of the Shield Plus, which is this one on this side here, is a 6.1 inch in length, and the Shield X is a 6.87 in height, which is this way. The Shield X, which is this one, is a 4.9, and the Shield Plus is a 4.6. And in width, the width of the Shield X is a 0.9, so it's less than an inch, and the Shield Plus is a 1.1 inch as far as thickness in that grip goes. So it's very minimal changes in the two, but I feel like if size is an issue for you, the Shield Plus would definitely get you what it is that you're looking for. Now, your Shield Plus, which is this one on my left, has a 3.1 inch barrel, and the Shield X, which is the one on my right, has a 3.6 inch barrel. No, mine, but your. So your right, my left. So that's how that goes. Unfortunately, like I said, this is not, it's not optic ready, so it doesn't change. Oh, and they both come with 2 magazines. Your Shield X comes with a 13-round magazine and a 15-round magazine, and your Shield Plus comes with a 10-round magazine and a 13-round magazine. Both of these options do have your California compliance with the 10-round max, if you're in one of those states. So didn't inform you that we are in a safe and controlled environment. We are at the gun range, Immokalee Range and Gun Club to be exact, and this video is for educational purposes only. So let's see how they compare, how they shoot, and how I feel about it. Like I said, the Shield X is what I want to add to my rotation, and the Shield Plus is currently in my rotation. All right, so the last one that we shot was the Shield X. So we're going to go in with the Shield Plus. Can you hold that for me? Thank you. Let's go in with the Shield Plus and take some shots and see how or what you think, because I know I like it. So we're going to see how it shoots. You're going to see how it shoots and tell me how you feel about it as far as that goes. This is a 10-round magazine, and let's see. All right. The magazine release is nice. I'm able to drop the slide with my Shield Plus, but I can't do it with the Shield X. All right. I think, or I feel based on how, or me shooting, that I do have great control. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. Great control on the pistol. Although it does have a 3.1-inch barrel, it's very controllable, and I enjoy that because y'all already know I'm not into them micro compact, subcompact pistols. But these do have, they have my heart. And I know I tell y'all that I have to be visually attracted to a pistol. These are not the most attractive pistols, but they are very well thought out and put together. I enjoy them. Whoa. Whoa. All right, I gave that a good love tap. My slide went 4. It's not a big deal. Press check. There is one in the chamber. These babies smooth. They smooth as hell. All right, my pistol is clear and my magazine is empty. Off first look, what are y'all feelings? Off rip. What y'all see? Let me know. Drop that in the comments. We're shooting 115 grain ammunition for both. These some badass pistols. I just got to admit, off rip, this is where it's at. So these magazines are not interchangeable. I already tried. It feels like it locks, but it doesn't. So this is the Shield Plus magazine. This is the Shield X. See, it sits, but it doesn't lock. So the magazines are not interchangeable. So you can't, if you got both, you can't use it. All right, let's go back in with the Shield Plus, that baby. As I told you, I can drop the slide with this one. The slides are very tight on both of them. You can manipulate them as, you know, as if you're just home and, you know, you can just kind of work them out. But you'll figure it out. It's tight. That almost happened too fast. That's the 13-round magazine. My pistol is clear and my magazines are empty. The Shield Plus. I almost thought that when they did this Shield X, that it was like the 43 and the 43X. So I kind of thought that they were doing something like that, like mirroring both of them, just making it or just giving it a longer grip. But no, this is almost like a totally different pistol. Now, I've heard, don't quote me, I'm just telling you what I heard, okay? I heard this is just an oversized bodyguard as far as the configuration of this pistol. Meaning that it was the bodyguard and they just zoomed out and zoomed in and made it bigger, and they created this. I don't know how true that is, but it is what it is. We're going to try to drop this slide with my finger, and I can't. Azúcar. Tear it up, yo. Tear it up, yo. This is clear and my magazines are empty. All right. At this point, I can't even tell you what feels better. I can't, because I am loving them both. Although this one is smaller, which is the Shield Plus, I feel like the grip, the thickness of the grip is compensating for the compactness of this pistol, allowing me to keep my sights on target and shoot this very well. My Shield X, the thinness of the grip and the length of the barrel as well as the slide is also giving me, I don't have to compensate anywhere. This is almost like the perfect put together. So I'm having a hard time. I'm having a really hard time. See, I done got these magazines mixed up. Oh, wait a minute. All right. So this is 1510. That's you. So the last one we shot was the X. Let's go back in with the plus. We're going to speed these up. Fast, fast, fast. She fastest, boy. All right. M&P 9 Shield Plus chambered in 9mm. If I failed to inform you that in the beginning of this video. Oh, love tap slide one forward. It's perfectly okay. Woo! Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. It could have been faster, but my finger ain't that fast. All right, there's the Shield Plus. Going in with the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield X. Give you the right magazine. I wish I can run and jump and do that thing. You know what I'm talking about? Hit my heels together. I got on the right boots for it. All right, Smith & Wesson M&P Shield X chambered in 9mm. Aww. That was my finger. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. All right, man. Thus far, the Shield X has been showing off. Probably have maybe a little bit under 200, well, no, probably right at 200 rounds at this point through my Shield X. I have not had any failures. We had one failure, but it was not the pistol. It was that damn Winchester white box bullshit. And we did have a failure to eject. But other than that, I have not had any issues with this. Very, very, very great shoot. My Shield Plus, it's been so long, I don't even remember if we ever had a failure with this. This is in my rotation, so because it is in my rotation, I can tell you if it was a failure, it might have been one or two, but she has since redeemed herself. This has probably over 1,000 rounds through it, and she has performed, and she's not going anywhere. She's going to stay in my rotation. As far as these two pistols go, the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus chambered in 9mm, the Smith & Wesson Shield X chambered in 9mm are both in my rotation. I am going to still continue to run this very, very hard. And but as far as this goes now, she has been proving herself, and she is going to be a candidate to be added. We still have a few more 100 rounds to go. But as far as either one of these two, I can't give you one is better than the other. I can't give it to you. Both of them are great. I love them both. So if you want the X, you can get the X. If you want you something a little bit bigger, if you want the Shield Plus, because you said the X is too big, this is definitely going to be a perfect fit. Both of these are awesome. Love them, love them, love them. So I need to know, what is it that you thought? What did you think? What did you see? How did you feel? Do you have one Let me know. Drop that in the comments. I want to know. Because like I said, as far as it goes for me, both of them are a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous shoot. And I can't rate one better than the other. They both are awesome. So with that being said, Yo Gang, thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel just by watching this video. Thank you. You know what? I forgot. No, next time, I'm going to let you know what it is I want to say. So with that being said, Yo Gang, te quiero mucho, mucho besitos. I love you for life. Peace.